How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to do a podcast/interview for the class Wandering, A Search for Identity. My name is Ryan Glover, and today we have a special co-star, Jeffrey Brown. How's it going, Jeff?
Good, how are you?
Living the dream. The question is, what is wandering? But before we get into wandering, let's learn about Jeff.
I'm a biochemistry major at Huntington College, and I'm studying to become a cardiologist.
Which is going to be awesome for him. Back to the question, what is wandering? Jeff, what do you think wandering is?
I would say it would be like someone like walking around without a care in the world, maybe.
You know, yes and no, but it's actually an escape from society's rules and guidelines, and basically it provides a means to de-stress. So say you're in an office job all day and you're just staring at a computer, sitting in your office chair, focusing on everything that today is throwing at you, or you have a boss that's just being a huge jerk, right? It allows you to take a step back and recenter yourself so you can take on any task that today throws at you.
We don't do that as a society. For example, like me, I would sit on my phone, walk by people and stuff, and not pay them any attention or anything, and just without a care. So I'm not looking at the world, looking at other people or what's going on around me.
Exactly. So basically, when you're on your phone all day too, looking at social media or any other streaming platform, it's basically causing a lot of stress that just goes unnoticed.
Yeah. So is there a group of people that do this?
Absolutely. It's called the Wandering Society. Basically, it's a society of anonymous people that take part in wandering and leave clues around to encourage other people to wander and also to share their wanders with people.
So there has to be someone who started this, right?
Absolutely. And not really at the same time. Basically, it goes without saying, there's many wanderers in history, but it's widely believed that there is one founder. His name's Walt Whitman.
Okay, so what did he do?
And basically, he was an American poet, and he's famous for poems like Leaves of Grass and Beat Beat Drum for during the Civil War.
So people must have left him, right? Because poetry is a huge deal, but back in the day, right?
Actually, at first they didn't like him at all. He was widely ostracized for his beliefs in deism. Basically, he would take a look at multiple mythologies and other religions other than Catholicism or Christianity, and compare and contrast them and take what he believed from every other form of religion.
So how did he get a following?
Right, so basically, personally, he was a great guy. He had a huge charismatic personality. He was very infectious and would affect everyone's life that he met. There's actually accounts of him going to hospitals during the Civil War and talking to wounded soldiers, just trying to lift their spirits and reading to them and helping with the healing process.
So you said people like him personally, right?
Yep.
Okay, so did he ever wonder or anything?
Absolutely. There's also accounts of him walking the streets of New York, just people watching, very similar to a podcast that we actually watched in class. He would basically just take a step back and look at everything going around him in the hustle and bustle of New York.
So how does his ideas carry over after he died?
So basically, he didn't get credit for his work until after the 1900s, because people really didn't know his writing style, and it was really apparent during the 1900s that he was well ahead of his time. And then in 1873, he suffered a stroke, which led him to work on his greatest poem of all, which is the deathbed edition of Leaves of Grass. And basically, that was finally published in 1891, and he finally died in 1892.
Okay, so his ideas have been around for a long time, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And with all that said, what do you think? Would you consider wandering?
I mean, in all honesty, I probably would, because everyone needs a break from technology, especially nowadays, the world, how the world is. So if you could take a step back and look at everything, I feel it'd be nice for me to not be on my phone so much and pay attention to stuff, pay attention to people. You can people watch like how he did, or you can just go throughout your day and look and see what's going on. If there's some stuff that's bothering you and stuff, you can just take a breather and just walk around and look at everything and try to relax.
Absolutely. And this again, it provides a way to de-stress from this otherwise stressful environment that we live in today, especially with COVID-19 and everything. it's pretty strenuous times. But that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you guys in class.